CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualley, sitting here with Mike Molyneux and with Marv Azan. So, guys, Cam Newton, obviously the biggest story right now in the world of the New England Patriots. Quarterback conversations, Jarrett Stidham, Cam Newton, who's going to be the guy? I think we know that answer. But since Cam Newton has joined the Patriots, expectations for this team, and without question, have taken a pretty decent jump. A lot of people are very excited for this now, especially when you think back to who Cam Newton was a few seasons ago prior to the injuries. So the question is it unrealistic for people to have high expectations for Cam Newton following these down seasons, following these foot injuries and shoulder injuries, which were pretty massive? Took a pretty big hit on him. So, guys, what do you think? Is it unrealistic for people to have high expectations for Cam Newton heading into the 2020 season? Mike, let's start with you. What do you think?
I don't think it's unrealistic at all. I think if you have high expectations for this guy to perform and play well, it's justified. Again, Cam Newton is coming off a few years where obviously, yes, injuries played a huge part in it. But at the same time, how good were the Carolina Panthers? Christian McCaffrey, excellent. Great guy, great running back. Dual threat, do multiple things.
Fine, dude.
But the rest of that team, what was Cam Newton really working with out there? I really feel as if, and you know, people, it sounds crazy now, but you look at two guys who probably at the top of the quarterback position right now, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. A healthy Cam Newton or Cam Newton from his NBA MVP season, how far off is he from how Patrick Mahomes performed? How far off is he from how Lamar Jackson performed? If he's fully healthy and has everything clicking on all cylinders, he's not far off from what we've seen from Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes. I think if Cam Newton could get to that level again, and mind you, we're talking about a guy who is only 31 years old, and we all know in the NFL, as a quarterback, 31, you're pretty much a teenager. Like you're a kid. You're not old at all. You still have plenty left in the tank if you're 31. And I feel as if Cam Newton, obviously he's saying all the right things right now. Everything he says, all the video he posts, all the comment he makes, he's speaking words right now that is making New England Patriots fans water at the mouth. But I feel as if we think about what he's able to bring to the table as a player, this guy is very talented when fully healthy. And I fully believe that the Patriots, Belichick, Josh McDaniels will put him in the right position. What do you say about McDaniels? Hey, you about to be able to run some stuff you ain't never been able to run before. Now I'm a part of the team. So the expectations, if your expectations are high when it comes to Cam Newton, it's justified because this is a former NFL MVP. This is a former #1 overall pick that has showed already. Not, maybe, hopefully, he showed already what he's capable of doing. And I think he's with the team now, will try to get the absolute best out of him.
Now, to play devil's advocate with the age thing, and I'm with you because I wrote the same thing. He's only 31 years old in my notes. But again, devil's advocate perspective, he's 31, but he's closer to, I think, a running back's age 31 than he is a regular quarterback's age 31. Because like Lamar Jackson, that guy avoids hits. He doesn't try to hit people. Patrick Mahomes, for the most part, same thing. Cam Newton, and it was awesome to watch, especially during his MVP season. If there was a linebacker between him and the goal line, he was lowering his shoulder. He wasn't trying to avoid that hit. He was trying to take that hit. And he did that game after game, and eventually that does wear on the body. So that is a concern of mine. Marv, what do you think? Is it unrealistic for people to have high expectations for Cam Newton heading into the 2020 season?
Depends how high the expectation is. If you think Cam Newton is going to come in here and have a 15-1 season and take the Patriots to the Super Bowl, relax. We still have to understand. I know everyone's so excited about this football season that's about to happen. We got Cam Newton. But let's remember what's happening. Cam Newton got picked up just a couple weeks ago in the middle of the offseason. He's way behind right now in what's going on. He needs to catch up with the playbook. And we all heard about how complex the Patriots playbook is. Two, this is we're in a pandemic right now. when this is not a time where he's able to practice with everyone. Yes, we've seen him work with Nikhil, and we've seen him work with who else? Sanu, but he's not practicing with everyone. He's not with the coaches every day, talking with them in meetings in the Patriots locker room, things of that nature. He's on a new team at a weird time. Not every player goes into a new team and then boom, they're Peyton Manning in the first season with the Denver Broncos. It doesn't happen like that. So we need to understand what's happening with this transition that Cam is going through. There's going to be some hurdles he has to go through before he just lights up the league. Yes, he's saying the greatest things. He's a dog now. He's a dog. We know. We get it. We get it.
He's coming at your neck.
He's coming at everyone's neck, and I love it. I loved it, but we have to understand this. We have to set our expectations, understand that he's going to have to go through a major transition. A major transition. You're going from the Panthers to the Patriots, a whole different complex, how they run the culture a whole differently. So let him work up to it first. Let him get there, and then we can see, okay, where's Cam at? And one thing, too, we don't even know if he's healthy yet. Sure, the videos and everything look nice. We need to know if he can take contact. How can he go full speed? Can he be 2015 Cam where he's just knocking over linebackers? We don't know that anymore. That's also a mental thing. That's a mental thing he has to go through. Can I be the Cam of old? Everything looks good when there's no one around, there's no path, and you're just throwing a football. Let's see him really get through that process.
I think something that definitely does help the people who are helping people think that he's gonna have a really, really good season this year is the fact that Bill Belichick is a head coach. Because honestly, you put Jarrett Stidham in front of Bill Belichick, and people were talking about like, okay, this guy might have a really good season, and I think a lot of that again is credited to because of who the head coach is. And also, you can't downplay Cam Newton's past success. You can't downplay how successful Cam Newton has been. You can't downplay how talented Cam Newton is, right? Cam Newton, as we saw in 2015, has the potential to be one of the best in the league. And then injuries stopped that seasons after. But I think there's two separate words here. I think it's optimism, and I think it's how realistic is it. Optimistic side, you can really believe that Cam Newton can have a great season this year. Because, again, you've seen what Cam Newton can do. And you now are seeing Cam Newton going to a New England Patriots Gillette Stadium, where Bill Belichick has revitalized some careers, where players have come to Gillette Stadium after having a couple down seasons, and then all of a sudden taking that step forward. I mean, i.e. Randy Moss. Okay? But realistically, I think it's just a giant question mark. I don't know if you can be realistic. When you look at it, when you take everything and you look at the big picture, I don't know how realistic it is to think that Cam Newton's going to have a great season because much like a lot of this Patriots team, or at least on the offensive side of the ball this year, it's a giant question mark. Am I optimistic that Cam Newton's going to have a hell of a season? Yes. Is some of it because, Marv, like you said, this guy's putting out hype videos. This guy is making me all sorts of jacked up for the season? Yeah, probably that's a little bit to it. But I also know how good Cam Newton can be when healthy. So I'm excited as hell to see what this guy can do in 2020. Guys, anything else on Cam?
He made the Patriots season a lot funner already. Without the season even started, he's made the season a lot funner. And how can you not want to root for a guy like that? See, we love comeback stories, we love seeing it, and I want him to be successful here. I mean, maybe the next topic is how long do we think he will stay here? But for right now, he's a Patriot and is very excited.
Agreed. I didn't care before Cam Newton. I just was looking forward to week one. Now, give me all the news, all the inside information. I want everything now. So that's all thanks to Cam. I think he's turned a lot more heads towards New England for this upcoming season for sure.
He's also made our jobs a lot easier, giving us something to talk about. Because without Cam Newton right now, I don't know what we'd be talking about. We'd be talking free agents, and we'd be clawing and scratching to come up with the second topic. CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. Nick Qualia, Marv Zahn, Mike Molino. Guys, follow us all on Twitter. You got no excuse if you're watching this part right now because our Twitter handles have popped up or are popping up right now thanks to our great producer, Garrett. Again, Nick Qualia, Mike Molino, Marv Azan. We'll be back next week for another set of the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. We'll talk to you then, guys. Thanks for watching.